What's up, everybody? Baby Huey down in LA, home of WrestleMania 39. I'm super excited to be talking to two of my favorite stars from NXT, Alba Fyre and Isla. Dawn, how's it going?
Good.
Great.
Yeah.
Happy to be here. Very excited.
Yeah, we're just taking everything in LA WrestleMania week. Like, it's just an exciting time.
times.
How is it? So let's, for you guys, obviously people who've been following know about your time at NXT UK.
Mhm.
How was that transition to moving to America?
Big.
Big. Weather's
Yeah.
a lot nicer.
Yeah.
The weather's a lot nicer in Florida.
It's a complete like culture shock as well because it's a foreign country and everything. And then when we were in NXT UK, we were only there for a week, 2 weeks at a time, and then we'd go back home for 6 weeks. So we were like, it wasn't a full time schedule. No.
You're in about
Yeah,
it, right?
we're in the performance centre every day. We're traveling Florida doing live events nearly every weekend. Like we're put to work and it's great fun and we're having a laugh.
This
but
is
it's
exactly where you want
yeah.
to be and not with the world on fire, not
Yeah.
being able to go anywhere.
Yeah.
It's just-
But yeah, just to be here experiencing it
Yeah.
is fantastic.
That's awesome. Like I said, I'm so happy to see you guys come, and I've quite a few of NXT UK superstars making that transition over.
Yes.
That's something I've kind of noticed. I think a lot of fans who love NXT for years, their heart is always like the black and gold era.
Yeah.
That style of wrestling, both the men's and women's
Yep.
division. 2.0, was a whole new thing, and I
Mhm.
think a lot of people change is tough for a lot of people.
Yeah, yeah.
But here we are, NXT got kind of a fusion of the old school logo with the newer one. With that, though, a lot of the newer like trainees and signees they had from the last couple of years mixed in with the NXT UK
Mhm.
roster. That fusion, I feel like the roster is at its strongest it's been in a couple of years. Is that the feeling too?
Yeah, there's such a mix of because we were talking earlier about how many UK talent.
I was just going to steal it.
How many? How many UK talent are now in NXT and on the main roster? So like that's mental as it is, and like
Yeah.
we were really proud of like always trying to be like working hard and like putting in
Make the
entertainment.
brand
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
So like to see it rewarded and is now getting like this platform's great, but the athletes that have come in, they're just they're freaks. Like they can do everything and they
Yeah.
like take to this so well.
Mhm.
And seeing people that have come in and maybe not been a wrestling fan or not
Yep.
known much about it and like throwing themselves in and like immersing themselves in
Someone
something.
like Sol Ruka, like
Sol
she's going to
Ruka's
be
just-
so good.
Sol
there's another
is-
one we AJ.
Yeah,
Palmer.
Danny Palmer.
She's going to be good as well.
Tank
like,
Ledger.
Tank's
Tank
gonna be
Ledger's going to be
fantastic.
a
There's so many
star.
boys and girls in there that could make a good
Yeah.
career out of
And
this.
they-
And I always look at Bianca. Bianca was an
Bianca's-
athlete.
yeah.
She wasn't somebody that spent her time on the indies and stuff. She came straight into this and look at her now.
Yeah.
Like, how can no one could ever say
cannot
that
deny
Bianca's not a
her.
wrestler? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Yes, she's an athlete.
Yeah.
But she is also a wrestler.
Yeah, there's no
so-
denying like she is exactly where she should be.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're looking for when
Yeah.
they want this is Bianca.
So how's it been working with Shawn Michaels? Obviously, he's HBK, one of, if not the greatest of all time. So what's it like working with him and training with him?
He's just like the dad. Isn't he?
Yeah,
Just-
he's bad.
yeah.
Like we said it in another interview today, but the main thing taken away from him is he's not going to be there every day telling
No.
you these little bits and things, but giving us the confidence to be us,
Yeah.
letting us know that we can trust ourselves because
Yeah.
he likes where ideas go and things like that. Like that means so much more than
Yeah.
being there every day. And
Yeah, like-
nitpicking. Like we brought you here to be you, go be you. And that's
Yeah,
a big deal for me to be like, right, that's trust. That is, and he wants us to like shoot for the moon, and he'll be like, right, just
I just make us
bring
like
that
that.
back a wee bit. Maybe we went too
Yeah.
far, but that's what you want. You want to be
Yeah.
able to be creative and use their creativity with yours. if
And
you know what I mean.
having somebody like Shawn Michaels in your corner and knowing that he's like put this work into you, put the work into the brand, like it gives you a wee like kick up the bum to
Yeah.
be like, I'm
Mr.
going to go and
WrestleMania's brought you to
Aye.
WrestleMania weekend.
You're
You're
like-
going to go and impress.
you're like, I'm going
you
to
know
make
what I
sure
mean?
that you know
You wanna
you've
do
done
that
this for a
proud.
reason.
Yeah.
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 Well, let's talk about that as far as this weekend, Stand Deliver tomorrow. We'll talk about the tag title match in a second. But I feel like in previous years when TakeOver
Mhm.
was going on, one of the big four pay-per-views, I think a lot of times the mentality was the NXT roster at that time would try to outdo Like usually they were on Saturdays. Like
Yeah.
try to follow
And
us.
that's the case. Like, and I feel like all wrestling is kind of like that. Like, you want to go out and do your best so that the next match goes, okay, if we put the bar there and somebody comes and meets that bar, next time we're going to go here.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's how all of us get better. Whether we're just talking
It's
about
like-
females or talking about just shows in general, like there's so many matches that you've had to follow and been like, oh no, I have to go after that. But then just
it motivates you, like it's like that friendly competition. Cause same if you're like, if we're in training together, it's that friendly competition of like, oh, they're doing that, and I'm gonna like, that's my mates. I'm gonna meet that same level. Like, as I think it does. That's another thing that just like spurs you on to be your best.
If we were all just complacent, we wouldn't be at WrestleMania.
Everybody wants to be here, and we're like very fortunate to be here. Very lucky to be brought to NXT, brought to WrestleMania week on Stand and Deliver. You want to keep that because it's very easily not happening.
Hopefully next year we'll be here actually on WrestleMania as well. Not just part of the weekend. Manifesting.
Fingers crossed. Yeah. So, and that's the thing. I'm looking forward to Stand Deliver this Saturday, 10 a.m. on the West Coast, 1 p.m. Eastern on Peacock. It's going to be an action-packed day with WrestleMania as well, night 1, night 2. For you guys, though, so was Vengeance Day was the first show post-pandemic outside the PC. So what's it mean for you guys? Now, this will be the second show in front of a different...
This is our first one. We didn't go to Vengeance Day. So coming from the UK where there was no crowd for a while to NXT TV, that even just working in front of that crowd was like, oh my God, we have a crowd back. Okay. This is the first big show we've done since the world got shut down. So Vengeance Day was NXT's first one away, but we weren't part of that. So this is ours.
I think that was like also another like spur for us because we weren't on Vengeance Day. We're like, we're making sure we're getting on this. Like, like we're going to prove that we deserve to be there.
Yep.
That's awesome. So your match this weekend, this Saturday, for the NXT Women's Tag Titles going against Val Henley and Kiana James. You know, they got a little drama surrounding it, a little bit of drama surrounding it.
Like, pour some salt in those ones.
I was gonna
another bunch of roses. Who knows?
I was gonna say you're gonna try to use that to your advantage.
Of course. Of course.
I mean, I love a wee mind game, so I'll always.
Yeah, we know you do. And as much as Kiana wants to cheat, I feel like we can also cheat. So
and we've not got a wee guilty person right away because
she won. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just feel like there's too much heat between them now.
Yeah,
so we'll see. And if we don't win, we'll just steal the titles. We're just gonna take them. Take them and run away.
Absolutely. So I'm curious though, while you're in LA, what's something you want, if you have time, what is something you want to do or try to experience?
I want to go Walk of Fame. Like, I really want to go Walk of Fame.
It's such a touristy thing, but you want
it feels like the thing that you like growing up, you'd see LA in movies and stuff, and that was one
of the Hollywood sign, like all the
LA
movie stuff.
LA does seem like it's like another planet because it's like I remember everything I watched as a child was something
Hollywood,
in LA, and I'm like, I'm here.
Like, on the back of that, is there anywhere that you can recommend us to go in LA?
Man, okay.
We're turning it on you. We're asking you the questions now.
Okay, I know like one thing. So I'm from Northern California, from the Bay Area. So I know on the West Coast, it's always like In-N-Out Burger.
Okay.
That's like a big thing. Like In-N-Out Burger is like the fast food on the West Coast.
Right.
And I say that because, I was in Dallas last year for WrestleMania and like everyone was like, oh, Whataburger is better than In-N-Out Burger. So I remember for me, I made a point to go have Whataburger to compare it back home. Okay. So like, maybe like a good burger, a good American experience, In-N-Out Burger.
I was going to ask actually because I want to find like whether it's a cake or a donut or a cookie, but some sort of like California only thing.
Krispy Kreme donuts. We say Krispy Kreme donuts. That's a good West Coast. Okay.
So like Krispy Kreme.
I was gonna say, what kind of music are you guys into? Because
anything. I know we say anything. People are like, oh, do you like this? But it's just such a random.
Because for me, I want to make it a point to go down Sunset Boulevard because that was the home of 80s hair metal, the hard rock scene.
Oh, where's the
Viper Room, Whiskey Go Go, Rainbow Room.
That's the one I was going to see.
Lemmy from Motorhead statues there. So that's the one I want to go over there.
I forgot that. I
completely
forgot about that. I completely forgot about that.
We were actually driving last night, and I think it was some of the clubs that we passed, some of the gay clubs, but it just looked so amazing. And I was like, I want to go.
I know.
When are we going to say we go?
I know, and then because we knew we were up early today, so like last night, I was like, I'd like to go explore, and I was like, I need to go to my bed.
we need to keep remind ourselves that we are here for work, and that's the main fault. We want to come back next year, so you do your work goods, but try to cram as much in as possible.
I know that's the thing. It's like for me, like I said, coming down from Northern California, it's like I know it's work trip. It's like I'm gonna find some time to go do some exploring.
Because as well, I feel like Alba will probably feel the same. Like being from a different country, the fact that you like we're over here on a work visa and that, and we want to like make the most of like the opportunity of like we're getting to travel the world. Let's travel and see stuff.
And if anything bad ever happened, whether it was an injury or we weren't with the company anymore, I'd like to know that we made the most of it. Well, we got these opportunities.
Like, cause I want to be able to like look back and be like, oh, I done all these cool things. I went to these cool places and like.
But I wasn't just in a venue and away again. You actually done something while you were there. Yeah.
God, I'm trying to think what else you could do. Like I'm thinking, like I feel like I'm representing California right now. There's so much to do. Like I said, Sunset Boulevard. That's the place I want to go check out. Like so much to do. So I encourage, if you have some free time, go explore, enjoy it. But dude, good luck this weekend. Thank you so much for making the time. And I can talk all day with you guys. Awesome. Well, good luck. Thank you.